coming to the event. I just, hello. I wanted to just say a couple of things before I start. So I'm going to be reading from Hold Your Own, which is my collection, and I've been thinking about the best way to present these poems to make them as true to the kind of experience that I hope you get when you're reading the collection as possible. And like in my understanding of it, there's all these voices within the poems, and all the voices kind of contribute to the voice of the collection. And I feel like the best way I can give it the kind of the weight and the claustrophobia and the intensity is by doing a selection of these poems as one poem. So when I begin, I thought it's better that I tell you that's what I'm going to do, because otherwise in 45 minutes time I still haven't said hello. It's her problem. I wanted to include you in the decision, just because otherwise I didn't, you're here. I'm really fucking glad that you're here. I don't want to leave you out of this. I'm just going to go into this place that I have to go into in order to, I think, carry the weight of these poems. So without further ado, I did this for the first time in London like a little while ago. This is the second time and probably the only time that this is going to happen, depending on how it goes, so no pressure. But, I'm just going to start. Ladies and gentlemen and everybody in between, these are the poems from Hold Your Own. Thank you for coming out. So picture the scene. A boy of 15 with the usual dreams and the usual routine, heading to school with a dullness inside, born of desires left unsatisfied. Now is he stifled, or is he just learning the ways of his times? Give him limbs that are awkward but know how to climb. Give him a gait that you know, give him hopes. His days are so painfully slow, but he copes. Now this morning, he wakes to the same old alarm, and he slumps in the shower like a frog in the rain. And he winks in the mirror, does cool, does charm, and he shaves soft skin and he nods at the pain. No hair yet, soon though. Headphones on, last half of last night's joint in his lips with the bass so loud that it feels like a movie. Scuffing his trainers, swinging his hips. Now they're always laughing, them kids at the bus stop. And yeah, he tries to ignore them, but it doesn't help. Hood up, he walks past them, blowing out smoke rings, singing out Wu-Tang, hating himself. Now, into the woods, he walks the old path. There is the rope swing, there is the bar lying broken, there is his name in the bark. There are the trees, so slim and so stark in the thin little woodland, hardly a forest, the last of the green washed clean by the grey. There is a bike chain that nobody wanted. There is a child's shoe. Hope they're okay. Now, out of the damp leaves and mulch in the pathway, his eye is caught by a glittering flash, some dark moving muscle. The or in a forge, a deep billowing gash, it's snakes, two snakes, coiling, uncoiling, boiling and cooling, oil in a cauldron, foil in a river, soil on a mood ring. He stares, they spoil each other, they do things he has only dreamt of doing. And now his blood's alive inside him, fizzing. He shuts his eyes and watches blotches underneath his lids for minutes, but he peeks before he knows he's peeking. He squats on his knees and he drops to his haunches, and he watches the scales as they bounce and contort. And before he has thought, he has reached out a fist, and he's picked up a short stick that lies near a ditch, and he swings from above, and he breaks open the fortress, and the snakes, now apart, seem smaller, more awkward, and they flee for their love. The boy, swaying and awkward, falls to the floor, more raw than before, more tortured. He feels himself shiver, contorting. A current is coursing within him, shorting his circuits. He curses, his curses are perfect, and the trees bow their branches in worship. His body's responding to something beyond him. There are swells where before there were dips, the crunching of muscle, the hips opening up, bones roaring, beneath them boyhood shrinking, falling inwards, thinking nothing, feeling new blood rushing, scuffing ankles on the forest floor. As his shape moves, his body pours itself to puddles, he fits and starts. He will be more than the sum of his parts. He shakes and shouts, his screwed up mouth, a pain that only women know, grabs him in the guts. He slows to gently stuttered breaths. He stops, his still. he feels, he rests. And then slowly, with caution, she climbs to her feet, and she wipes tears from her cheeks with her sleeve. And she frowns at the trees like, how could you stay so calm? And she traces this nervous palm against her new face, her new flesh, her new chest, her new arms. And she approaches the school gates, but she can't face her class, and she can't go home, not now. She is glass amongst sand. So she turns and retreats, finds herself deep in the smog and the meat, the fog and the heat of the bodies that beat out their lives in the throb of the street. She learns to be small and discreet. She learns to be thankful for all that she eats. She learns how to smile without meaning an inch of it. She learns how to swim in the stink and not sink in it. And it's as if this is all she has known. So now give her a face that is kind, that belongs to a woman you know who is strong and believes in the rightness of getting things wrong. Give her a body that breathes deep at night, that is warm and unending, as total as light. Let her live. Brighter every day that she is not so young and desperate. Bigger every minute that she settles all the restless urges in her chest, and when she wakes from nightmares, breathless, she will piece herself together like some relic found in ash and clay, some precious, ancient necklace. And then when she is complete again, she'll walk into town, drink down every wave that comes to break her spirits down. Man, she was wild and wonderful, a star throughout the district. This red light dreadnought queen amongst misfits. And yes, sometimes they sneered when they glimpsed her in the gutter. It made her crack her knuckles, shake her head and start to mutter to herself under her breath, you posh pricks don't know fucking shit. And they'd all look away and light their cigarettes and spit. Man, she liked to giggle with the pretty boys and kiss the lonely addicts. And she would weave exquisite curtains for the dismal little attics where they lay their heads at night, out of beads and string and plastic. Each corner she inhabited made warmer by her magic. And then she grew expert in the field of love. She learned to see and feel the deepest secrets lurking in the hearts of those who came to swim in her dark waters. She knew things, man. She knew kings and she bore daughters. She knew love. She made her fortune till she met her match, exhaustion. Now he was an older man, a man who loved to hold her hand, a man who made her feel like she was rolling round on golden sand. A man as soft as any girl, a man as hard as any luck. And she understood what she was for each time they bucked and came unstuck. Oh, true love takes its toll on souls who are not used to feeling whole. They tangle limbs and feel the shudders. Let the world be nothing. Lovers, promising each other not to take the vital parts, but even as we mutter it, we're giving up our hearts. So, it is a new moon in late May. She gives way to his way.